Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, now the Oroville Dam, it's not over, guys. And I'm a little concerned about the fact that they've allowed the 200,000 people that evacuated to come back home because the imminent danger of a collapse of the dam is okay right now. But here's the problem. And BP Earthwatch has done a great job with a YouTube video that he put out yesterday that you should really check out. And that is this. On Tuesday, it was reported by the authorities that they needed to drop the water level at the dam by 50 feet. Now, this is the tallest dam in the world. And, excuse me, it's the tallest dam in the United States at about 900 feet. They got to drop the water 50 feet before the rain begins, because starting tomorrow it's going to start raining, and it's going to rain for 7 straight days as this Pineapple Express storm is coming in. Now here's the problem. They said we got to get this thing down 50 feet. Well, in 24 hours they were able to drop the water level at the dam 2 inches. And now they've only got about 24 hours left before the rain starts. How in the world they're going to drop it 50 feet at the rate the water is still coming in from around the area, and it's not even started raining again. It's going to rain for 7 days. So my concern is this, that when the rains begin, if the rains are extremely, a lot, and it is pretty consistent, and as it works its way down, it doesn't have to rain at the dam, just raining upstream, then folks, this dam may rise even higher than what it was in about a week. And so what that does is put the same 200,000 people in jeopardy. Now here's some other concerns for the city of Oroville, California. While the people left during those 2 or 3 days that they had to evacuate, not everybody left. There were some folks that stayed back, and there were some other people that even came in there and started looting the homes and robbing some of the businesses. I mean, imagine that. That's the evil, though, in humanity. That's lurking in the hearts of so many in the dark, deepest crevices of the soul. But pray for the people of Oroville. We don't know what's going to take place. We got to watch the rain. And then what does this all mean? There may be another evacuation in about a week or sooner. So we'll just watch. Pray that it doesn't. Pray the rains hold back. But this is unbelievable what's going on in Oroville Dam in Oroville, California. We'll be back with more current world events. We're praying for you guys out there. We really are. And we'll be right back with more in just a moment. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're in the last days.
The sun is tilted by 6 degrees with respect to the plane of the planets. The reason for the non-zero solar obliquity has been a mystery since it was first discovered by Sir Richard Carrington in the mid-1800s. It turns out that Planet 9 can actually tilt the sun.
The fact that the sun is tilted, even if it's only by 6 degrees, the fact that the sun is tilted, the sun is the most massive thing in our solar system by a huge margin, and it's oriented differently than everything else in the solar system. That is an incredibly strange phenomenon for which there really have not been that many explanations even attempted over the last 150 years. It's naturally explained by Planet 9 being exactly where we think Planet 9 is, which it's one of these mysteries that we think is now solved, that's been such a mystery that people haven't even really talked about it very much over the last 150 years because it's just been so difficult to think of why it is.
It has been known since the mid-1800s that the sun is tilted. Over the years, people have put forth various explanations for it. One possibility is that the sun was interacting with the protoplanetary disk via magnetic fields. It's also possible that the disk was just asymmetrical from the beginning. And it's also possible that the sun actually had a stellar companion a long time ago.
It was a moment of inspiration. Not all projects start out this way. Not all results really come. Some of them come, it slowly dawns on you. We were sitting in Constantine's office one afternoon, and we were actually thinking about a different problem entirely, which is how Planet 9 would interact with these very distant objects in the Kuiper belt that made us originally think that Planet 9 was there. And in just a moment, as we're thinking about it, and we're doing this with our hands, trying to think of directions things are going, I think we both realized at about the same time, it's like, oh, it's going to make the sun look tilted too. And it was very clear from the way we did our fingers that it was going to make an effect. What we didn't know until we did the calculations was how much of an effect was it going to have and in what direction was it going to go, but we knew it had to do something.
Planet 9 has been scattered out into the distant solar system. So because it has an orbital period that's so long, it has an enormous amount of angular momentum, right? As much almost as the rest of the solar system combined. So even though as an object it is not as massive as Jupiter, it has a huge lever bar. Okay? And using that lever bar, it can effectively torque the rest of the disk of the solar system by 6 degrees over the age of the sun.
Next, always next on our list is find the planet. We think we have it narrowed down to a pretty small patch in the sky that we have to look at. Small patch in the sky still means we need many, many nights on the telescope. We're pretty convinced that by maybe the end of next winter, we will have been able to cover enough sky that we'll actually be able to find it. When we find it, we both show that this hypothesis has been correct, we learn about it, but we also see how much of the sun, how it should have tilted the sun too, and see if this is the only thing that's been tilting the sun or if other things are around doing it.
Hace unos días la NASA anunció oficialmente el descubrimiento del llamado noveno planeta, para algunos reconocido como Hercóbulus, Nibiru o Planeta X. Como usted sabe, el primer registro de él aparece en tablas sumerias de más de 5.000, 6.000 años de antigüedad. Y hasta el día de hoy había sido una leyenda. Hoy sabemos que efectivamente existe un cuerpo masivo, muy grande, muy posiblemente del tamaño de los grandes planetas de nuestro sistema solar, que tiene una órbita alrededor del Sol, se dice de 20.000 años. Todavía hay mucho que aprender y de saber de este misterio, ya que hasta el día de hoy no se le ha logrado fotografiar. Aquí le presento la investigación de Fernando Correa.
Un equipo de astrónomos afirman tener evidencias de la existencia del noveno planeta. Nadie lo ha observado. Sin embargo, se ha logrado determinar que se localizaría 20 veces más lejos que Neptuno. Sería entre 10 y 20 veces más grande que la Tierra. Se piensa que es muy oscuro y que tiene una órbita muy alargada dando una vuelta al Sol cada 20.000 años. Estos cálculos son posibles gracias a las observaciones de las órbitas de 14 planetoides más allá de Neptuno, en el cinturón de Kuiper. La posición, dirección y órbitas de estos planetoides no se pueden entender a menos que exista un enorme planeta muy masivo que determinaría la posición de los planetoides. Sería el quinto en tamaño después de Júpiter, Saturno, Urano y Neptuno. Esta es la investigación del noveno planeta que está siendo relacionado con el llamado planeta oscuro, conocido como Nibiru o Hercolobus, el planeta bíblico. El 20 de enero del 2016, astrónomos del Caltech de Estados Unidos, Mike Brown y Konstantin Batygin, anunciaron que tenían evidencias de la existencia real del noveno planeta.
What we have discovered is that numerous features of the Kuiper Belt, a field of icy debris beyond the orbit of Neptune, can be understood if the solar system possesses an additional ninth planet that resides well beyond the orbits of the known planets.
De manera que el campo gravitacional y la dirección de las órbitas de los planetoides en el cinturón de Kuiper se explican por la existencia de un noveno planeta. Mike Brown en 2003 descubrió el planetoide Sedna. En 2005, los planetoides Eris y Makemake. Y en 2016 explica por qué existe el noveno planeta.
When we looked at the outer solar system, we realized that while most of the very distant objects, these objects beyond Neptune, beyond Pluto, most of these objects, they all go around the sun and they're all sort of pointing off in all different directions. But the most distant objects all swing out in one direction. in a very strange way that shouldn't happen. And we realized that the only way we could get them to all swing in one direction is if there is a massive planet, also very distant in the solar system, keeping them in place while they all go around the sun.
Aunque existen evidencias de la existencia del noveno planeta, aún no ha sido observado. Sin embargo, ya se está buscando con los mayores telescopios del mundo. Se calcula deberá ser observado los próximos 5 años. La confirmación de su descubrimiento seguramente resolverá el enigma del planeta oscuro llamado Nibiru o Hercolobus, el planeta bíblico conocido como Ajenjo, un planeta que se describe en la tablilla de Berlín de las crónicas de los sumerios. El noveno planeta está siendo relacionado con Nibiru en una investigación que continuará. Informó Fernando Correa.